Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture, just to see how those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, we're trying new stuff, honey. Got a new mic. Just trying. Ooh. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please help support this channel by subscribing. I appreciate you all that are subscribing, and I appreciate you all leaving me comments down in the comment section. Keep that up, keep that up, keep that up. Y'all, we are getting ready to do season three, excuse me, season one, episode three of Reasonable Doubt, entitled 99 Problems, off an old Jay-Z song from 444. No, excuse me, that's the wrong album. Oops, trying to be hip and got the wrong album. But he says I got 99 problems, but oops, ain't one. All right, people. All right, all right, all right, all right. So let's get into this because I had recorded this earlier. And for whatever reason, this program won't accept my recording. I'm sad about that. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So we have season three of Reasonable Doubt. Again, we're not going to go play by play, blow by blow. We're just going to talk about the overall plot and then some of the subplots and then get you all's uh theory about what's going on because I'm going to give mine. What's yours? All right. So the overall plot. Now we realize that Braylon has gone through his preliminary hearing and he has been formally charged for second degree murder. So the prosecution was able to get that over. Um, we kind of knew that. We kind because this is what the continuity about keeping the story going. We kind of knew that Braden was going to be prosecuted. But what we're looking at is trying to figure out who's the person that shot Jax. Now remember, we are back almost 6 months. So who shot Jax? That's the president. That's present day right now. Jax is about to get shot. She's tied up and she's about to get shot. So who is shooting? Who shot Jax? Who shot you, Jax? Who shot you? So this is the quest that we're finding. With the overall plot, like I said, it's gonna be Braylon. And he's been formally charged. Now, throughout this thing, one of the things that he has not done, he has not told his wife about the affair with Kalisha. And she had to find this joker out. She had to find out about the affair via the news. So she is not very, very happy right now with Braylon. And for some reason, I don't know why. Uh, and it's not just Braylon, but men in particular, they know that they have cheated and they know that there's going to be an instance they're going to be found out. And they hold it and they hold it and they hold it to the last minute instead of accepting responsibility for what they've done, particularly in an instance like this where you've been accused of murder. And they try to hide it and hide it and hold it from their spouse, which ends up the spouse usually has to find out by a third party. So it's always interesting to me. You know you've done the deed, and why do you act like that? Uh, and knowing that that's going to be a bigger hurt for your partner. I mean, really, it's almost like you think that by her not knowing, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay because when she finds out and you didn't tell her, it's not going to be okay. And it's like this disconnect. I don't know what that is. We're just going to keep going. So the wife finds out. Jax talks to the wife about sticking by him, basically talking about the optics. She don't have to like him. She doesn't really have to accept it. She don't have to do anything. But just for right now, stick beside him. And I find that so hurtful. Just simply, this person has done all of this craziness, and then I'm supposed to suck in all my feelings and suck in all this stuff because I'm hurt. Uh, just so the optics will look like he's not guilty. Because, at the end of the day, I don't. Anyway, we're delving too deep, and this is not that show to delve that deep. It is, but we're not going to delve that deep. That'll take too long. So that's the basic plot. Also, part of the basic plot is, you remember we have Theo, and that is Braylon's uh, partner in his clout business. That's what the name of the liquor store and the liquor business is called, Clout. They're partners in that, and he's talking to Rich, and he is kind of concerned as to why Jax is the lead attorney. He doesn't really want Jax to be the lead attorney. And he just basically kind of said it without saying it, that he had a problem, I guess, with her being a black woman heading this investigation. Maybe they need um, a white man. And he kind of put that to Rich. Rich put it to bed. He basically said that Jax is the best person for this job, and that they're going to go with that. So Theo was putting, he was basically I don't know how to say it. He was basically sounding a little racist without being a little racist. You know what I mean? Or feeling like he wasn't very confident in Jax and Jax's ability. So let's see what else we've fallen off of this main plot. We have Fallon. Y'all, I'm suspicious about Fallon. Fallon, just even within this episode, uh, you know, uh, I'm concerned about Jax, and particularly with Jax having conversations with Fallon, because Fallon seems like the type that will take what you've said to her and use it against you. Well, she went out and had drinks with Fallon, and Fallon is upset because she decided not to use the advocate, the family advocate that Jax had graciously given to her. She said because she don't trust it simply because Jax is representing. And Jax basically said that, hey, I don't think that he did what he did, and I'm going to represent it. And that has nothing to do with you, and it has nothing to do with me trying to assist you to get the assistance that you need. But Fallon is a little suspect. And I was glad that Jax paid for that whole situation in cash. Also, Fallon went to the DA, and she expressed her displeasure about how he was presenting the case, and basically how Kalisha was being portrayed in the media, and she wanted a different spin on it. And he told her, look, you've got to be assured that we're doing what we're doing our job. But she's not. She gives me attention seeker, and she doesn't care how she gets the attention. She wants the attention. um I don't know, I just feel suspect that she's not really doing it just for her cousin. I think she's doing all of this just so that she can be out in the media, so that the spotlight would be on her. Anyway, basically what she does is that she puts together a rally, and with this rally, she's putting out Kalisha's name and stuff like that, to the chagrin of the district attorney. Uh, that's basically on the main plot. Let's get to these subplots real quick. So with Damon, one of the things that we have with Damon and how he intersects with the main plot is how black men are treated in the system, regardless of their socioeconomic background. So we see like a side by side juxtaposed montage of Braylon's home being he being served with a search warrant, and his home being searched, juxtaposed to Damon being apparently his PO says that he has his drug test was inconclusive, so he took that opportunity to ransack Damon's room, and Damon was upset. And one of the things that they had juxtaposed to each other was the fact that when each one of them uttered their displeasure about it, each white cop went to their gun. So, in other words, you have to stand back and watch them do what they do, and you're helpless to stop it. Versus if it was a different situation, and it was a white guy, the cop wouldn't have been so ready to grab at his gun, and we've seen that time and time again. So that's how that intersect. And Damien gets upset, and he calls Jax to try to help the situation. And Jack promised that she'll talk to the probation service and see if she can get him a new probation officer. And so Damon is okay with that. Now remember, I have my suspicions about Damon. I don't think he's trying to kill or shoot Jax, but I do not trust him. It's something about him that's calculating. He's getting in with her for a reason that I can't explain, and I can't explain why Jax is not smart enough to keep him at bay as a client, because simply he was talking about he wanted to be friends with Jax um outside of their their client attorney role, which is so sorry. That's out of order. And Jax is not seeing it. She's got too much going on. So let's talk about Jax a little bit. The things that were intersecting for Jax was the fact that her daughter, bless her heart, she started her period at 10. Bless her heart. And we see that whole situation untwined. Basically, Jax is so busy and she's overwhelmed with her work, her friends, what's going on with her family and her husband. She's not really paying attention to her daughter. Her daughter had explained to Jax and her husband that her stomach hurt, and they all assumed that she needed a bowel movement. Talking about giving her the fiber gummies to the point that maybe she needed some Pepto Bismol. And it ended up she had to be taken home from school. She was complaining about her stomach hurting. Come to find out, this baby is on her cycle. She explains Lewis is trying desperately to get to Jax, and Jax is not picking up the phone because at that particular time she's in the preliminary hearing with Braylon. So all ends up that the little girl has started her period. Lewis took her to the doctor. The doctor explained their options to them, and I just felt so bad for the little girl because 9 and 10 years old is doggone too young to be starting a cycle. That's just too young. It's too much. It's too much physical pain, and it is too much emotional and stuff. It's just too much. That's too much for a 9 and 10 year old because the doctor explained it well. She was saying about like the horm with all of the preservatives and things in these foods, and some things have extra hormones in it that don't need it, but they have them. Girls are starting their period. On average, a young girl starts her period between 12 and 14. So she's starting her period at 10. That's a lot. So they talk about their options and everything like that. And Jax is upset because these are milestone issues in going from uh childhood into adulthood. So these are milestone issues that are going on, and Jax feels like she wasn't there for her milestone because she checked her underwear and realized that she had been dealing with this for a few. It's been a while she's been dealing with this. So Jax is upset that she hadn't paid attention to that. Lewis assures her, "Hey, I got this. You're doing what you need to do." I really don't know how. I've said it before in the last episode that I think they should go to counseling so they can learn skills about effective communication, because them just talking about it is not going to solve it, because Lewis wants to have some. Lewis is a type seems like the type of guy that needs clarity and needs everything to fit. He's logical. It needs everything to fit, and it may not do that because I don't see an instance where Jax is going to stop her job to be a stay at home mom that's going to satiate Lewis. I just don't see that. So they're going to have to find some other ways or some ways to compromise and some communication skills. The other plot, one of the things I talked about during the main plot, Jax goes home to her mom to look up some old cases or stuff like that, or look up her notes from old cases. And her mom, we find out some more information about her mom. We find out her mom was a legal secretary and she offers her assistance to Jax. One of the things I didn't realize, you remember I talked about this woman seems familiar. I can't tell you why she seems familiar, but she seems familiar nonetheless. Do y'all realize that Jax's mom is played by Pauletta Pauletta Washington, wife of Denzel Washington. Because I looked at her, I was like, she looked familiar. I just don't know where I've seen her from. All right, Miss Washington. All right, child. Got your SAG afra and you are going off. You're doing good. You're doing good. But anyways, the mother offers the assistance and Jax is very appreciative of that. Also that we see, let's get into this because I told y'all I was gonna have their names. And baby, let me go into IMDb because I got to get these ladies' names. This is the last little thing, and then I'm gonna go on about who I think is responsible for shooting Jax. All right. All right. So we talk about the friend group. Let me see. You know I gotta get the friend group. All right, we gonna get the friend group. See the girl up there in the pink. That's Chanel. Excuse me. That's Chanel. Now, Jax up with her friend group for dinner, and they're talking and drinking, and Jax is halfway daggone paying attention to what they're talking about. And when she clues back in, she makes a comment about Chanel and her husband, and you see the other friend doing her like this, like, no, hush. That's Chanel's cousin, which who is named Sally. Or don't forget their name. So the top girl that you see on the top up here in the pink, that's Chanel. Right below her, that's Sally, and then right next to them, that's Autumn. So Sally is trying to signal to Jax like, "Hey, read the room, watch what you're saying. That's not cool. Hush." Jax doesn't pay attention to that. She still says what she says. Later on, after they have this luncheon, Chanel texts Jax to tell her what she said at the table wasn't cool and she needs to talk with her, and Jax kind of blows her off. So that is basic. Did I talk about that? Oh, I want to talk about Damon, and I think either that's his brother or his cousin at the shop. And apparently, the brother or a cousin, his name is CJ. He's into looks like some drug activity or some nefarious stuff. And Damien tells him, "Hey, you need to, slow down with that." And he basically tells Damon, "How do you think I kept this shop afloat while you was in jail for 16 years? You just didn't come back because I was able. We just doing all these cars and stuff like that. I had to do other things to be able to keep this place afloat. So you need to hush up talking to me, baby, baby." So other than that, that is the episode. What did y'all think about this episode? Who do y'all think is shooting Jax, or in the present time is shooting Jax? So let's go back over our list. Jax, who shot you, boo? So what we have here, and I don't know why when I do it in PowerPoint, when I bring it back here, it's all funny looking. But anyway, so we have episode 1 where I thought the husband and Fallon were the ones that shot her because I felt like the husband was performative and Fallon was attention seeking. I thought maybe they was in a relationship maybe together and they were wanting her money. That's my episode 1 theory of who shot Jax. You know what I'm saying? I think that from episode 1, I thought it was the husband and Fallon. So episode 2, I thought it was Theo James. He gave me, he wanted that billionaire status for himself. Braylon built the company. He wants to be able to reap all the spoils from that company. I think he shot her to keep her from keeping him getting his billionaire status. I think he shot her because there were some industry secrets or things like that he didn't want her to promote or talk about. And also, too, I think that he was probably trying to hook up on Braylon's wife. Didn't know Braylon's wife then, but I just thought that that's what probably happened. So then let's get here to episode 3. And I think possibly that Jax, who shot you, was CJ. CJ Cook. This is Damon's relative, either his brother or his cousin. And I think possibly she walked in on him doing a drug deal, and he wants to cover it up, so he is going to shoot Jack. So from episode 1, I thought it would be husband and the Fallon working together. From episode 2, I thought it was Theo James, the business partner, shooting Fallon because he didn't want, not Fallon, excuse me, shooting Jax because he didn't want her to get Braylon off, because he wants the billionaire status to himself. He wants Braylon's wife, and there's some secrets or things like that he wants to keep to himself. And my last person that I think that possibly could have shot Jax is this CJ Cook. This is Damon's relative, thinking that because Jax is I think in 6 months she's going to be in a quasi relationship with Damon. She's going to go and try to go see Damon and end up walking into CJ doing a drug deal. That's all I got for right now. We're gonna keep up with who shot you at the end of each episode. Thank you so much for following. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. And if you have any questions or have any theories of your own, put it down in the comments and we'll chop it up there. Thank you so much for following me. I really, really, really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And as always, people, bye-bye.